minds and inspire hearts. I'm sitting here today with Mr. Alfonso A.C. Riley, who's an inspiring gospel artist and business owner. And he's here today to share his own personal brand of inspiration with us. Hi, Alfonso, and welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Nice to have you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you are an aspiring gospel artist.
Yes,
You're into
ma'am.
fashion and all that. So tell the audience exactly who Alfonso is.
Hello, audience. Alfonso is a 25-year-old native of Charleston who loves all the finer things in life, all the F's, I like to call them: food, fashion, friends, family, but most importantly, I love God above all of that. And cool, I'm very charismatic, very laughing, all that good stuff, like all that.
All right, sounds good, sounds good. I like that you put God above all that, because we know that we're nothing without Him.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're a young man of faith. Were you raised in the church, or did you find your path to God on your own?
I was raised in the church. I've been in church all my life. Since before birth, I've been in church. Both of my parents, both raised in church. Both of them are now pastors.
Awesome.
So church has been in my DNA since day one. So,
Right.
Still, even in that, still finding my own path and making sure that I know God for who I am, not just because of my parents and being in church, but making sure I have a personal relationship with Him as well.
Awesome, awesome. And that's definitely important, because you need to know what you know for yourself. And what's it like being the child of a pastor?
It's a lot. You're already born with high standards and high protocols that you must keep and uphold, and it's not always the case. So finding that balance of who you are, but still maintaining that role of the pastor's child, but still saying, hey, I'm just the pastor's son. I'm still going to fall. I'm still going to go through what I go through, but don't hold that against me just because of who I am and who my parents are.
Right. That's good. That's good, because you have to kind of set your own, or find your own path in this world, live your own life.
Yes.
You can't live in your parents' shadow. You have to build your own legacy.
That's right.
Now, what or who is your greatest source of inspiration?
My greatest source of inspiration would be my parents, my pastors, and myself. I've been able to see my parents grow from being a part of a ministry to having their own ministry and the struggles with that, to the pastors that I'm affiliated with, seeing what they go through as pastors, leading people, and then myself seeing how I've grown and matured from day one to where I am now.
Right. Your whole life has been around ministry.
It has, yes.
And that's a good. How do you think that faith, music, and ministry, how does it all work together?
For me, they all kind of coincided. I've always been a part of the music department of church. Been singing since I've been a little child. Again, even my parents were in church and they were both in the choir. So even in my mom's womb, I was in the midst of music.
Right.
So it's always been around me.
Did you discover your passion and love for music?
I think I've always had a passion for music. Ever since I can remember, always been one for the spotlight. I think one of the moments that really stand out to me, and I don't think any of my family knows this, but we had a birthday party for my grandmother, who's now gone. It was her 83rd, I believe, and we were at my aunt's house on a family reunion. We were watching the tape back, and I'm guessing I was watching the video with the family, and I started singing with the young lady who was singing, and everybody was like turning their heads, looking at me. And I remember my father walked in, and my uncle was like, "This boy has a gift. This boy's been singing just like her." And I think from that moment, remembering that, ever since that moment, it's been just music.
Right,
so,
right. Okay. So you kind of stumble on it by just mimicking somebody else. And then, do you think if your uncle had not said, "This child has a gift," do you think you still would have, gotten deeply involved in music as you are now?
I believe so. I mean, like I said, it's always been in me to do it. So I think that was just an indicator to me, because I honestly didn't. I just recently started remembering that because somebody brought it up. And I was like, oh wow. But I have to believe it's always been in me. So this is like just second nature.
Good. So why gospel music? Because I know a lot of young men want to be rap stars, or are into R&B and that genre of music. And I know that you've been raised in the church, but I know also a lot of kids who are raised in the church kind of stray away from the gospel and they want to kind of do their own thing. So what keeps you in that genre of music?
That's a good question that I don't know how to answer. I just don't feel right doing anything else. It's like trying to put on a shirt that's too small. It may be your favorite shirt, but it doesn't fit anymore, or it doesn't look the same, or it doesn't fit how it would fit somebody else. And being who I am and being called to what I'm doing, I can't see me doing much of anything else and getting far. Now, God may allow me to, get a little spotlight in other genres, but to be truly happy and to know that I'm being used to my fullness, I think gospel is what it's at.
So the gospel is what you've been purposed for.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sounds good. And I like what you said about it just doesn't feel right. Like if it don't fit, if the shoe don't fit, why try to wear it? So
it's gonna hurt after a while.
Right.
So fight it.
That's good. I think that's a good lesson for others to to realize that, okay, if it doesn't feel good to me, what's the point of trying to do it? Because you're not here to satisfy everybody else. You have to satisfy God, be in His will, and then try to live your life to the best of your ability. Right? Beyond
the perks and the accolades, people if they're not happy within themselves, the money and the fame, it all goes down the drain.
Right. That's true. So for you, it's not about anything but serving God,
making sure that He's glorified in all that I'm doing.
What legacy do you intend to leave, or what legacy are you trying to build, and what mark do you want to leave on this world?
Just for people to know that the person you see in front of the cameras and on stage is the same person you see off stage, and just being who I am. I want to be well-rounded. I want people to know that who you see today is who you're going to always see. Someone who doesn't change for titles, someone who doesn't change for the person in front of me. I need to make sure that my life sets the standard, and that wherever I go, my name goes before me, and the name that goes before me is a great name.
Awesome. And it's a name that will always glorify the Lord. All right. I love that. And you are all of 25 years old, and you have this mentality already.
Just 25, almost 26. Not there yet, but almost.
Okay. I think that's pretty honorable to be, as young as you are, because I consider 25 to be pretty, still young, and you are already focused, and you know who you are, you know what your purpose for, and you're working towards your calling.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's amazing, because a lot of times we falter and we stray away, and we let the things of life kind of distract us from doing what we're purposed for. So that leads me into my next question. Has there ever been a time in your life when, being a creative person, did you ever have to deal with difficulties that may have make you rethink doing what you're doing?
Oh, every day. Again, I'm 25. A young black male who's 25. I have a whole world that's tempting to me, a whole outside of the church that is just calling, making sure that, trying to live right and maintain that Christian lifestyle while still maintaining who I am and being fun, and not just being someone who's all about God and just about God in the sense of I'm church. There has to be a balance in life, and I think being who I am, bringing all the creative things into it, and then bringing the rest of the world into it, it can sometimes be a tug and pull. But God has allowed me to find balance in everything, and so.
So how do you maintain that balance, or what gives you the strength to know what to do, how to do, and when to do, what not to do? What gives you the strength and the courage to have that type of balance? Because we all know that this world that we're living in is difficult.
Very.
There's a lot of temptation out there, and a lot of people are weak. So how do you find the strength to be who you are and stay on the path that you're on?
First off, my music, my shopping habit, that's nothing that gives me balance. And just having a good support system, having people of like minds who feel your struggle. I'm like, I know you're going through this, but hey, we can make it out. We can do this. Just having people who are around you that can support you and build you up. And it's always good. I've always been told it's always good to have people who are like you but are higher than you, because if everyone has the same mentality, no one's going to pull nobody up.
Right.
having that support system that is always going to pull and challenge me and keep me there.
Your circle is very important. Knowing, having people around you who are like-minded and people who can elevate you and not keep you stuck where you are. So that's very important. And I think that's something that a lot of young people need to know or to hear, that, you know, your circle needs to be full with people who are like-minded, but not just like-minded, but people who know a little bit more than you know, that they can elevate you instead of we're all on the same level, so we're not going anywhere. We're just staying in this little realm that we're in. You know, you wanna throw your line in another dimension, you know, and take yourself a little bit higher. So that's very important to know. Now, your clothing line, tell us about that.
Rockstar. I do want to say, when I was reading your briefing, I was like, where'd she get Rockstar from? So I applaud you on your investigation.
I do my research.
But Rockstar is a clothing line that I started maybe a year or 2 years ago, which stands for Remnants of Christ Standing True Amongst Reality. And it has started as just a t-shirt line, and I believe it's on the dormant side right now, but I believe once my music gets up and going and I get a platform, I'm going to pull it back, because it all incorporates together with who I am. Through the doors of Rockstar, I've had opportunity to meet great people, work with good people, meeting certain celebrities. I met like Mary, Kirk Franklin, Isaac Curry, and a host of others, Anthony Brown and Group Therapy, who liked what they saw, and that made me feel good. That what's in my mind is blessing somebody else. So it's something that I've always loved. Again, I'm a lover of fashion, so I'm excited to see what happens with that when we get it up, back and running.
I'm also excited to see what will happen with that. I love to see people who are creative, who are not afraid to go out there, take a leap of faith, and try to make things happen. Because you know, it's great to be multi-talented. That means you always have something that you can draw from, or some way you can bless others. Yeah, so that's awesome. I can't wait to see more from you with that clothing line. Yeah. So what advice would you give other young people, men and women, who are aspiring to be more than who they are or to do great things?
Continue to keep that mentality, to keep going. Life is going to throw you potholes, it's going to throw you bullets, it's going to throw you daggers, arrows, anything it can to stop you. But again, having that support system and that mentality that if nobody else does it, I'm going to do it, that's what keeps me going. And the fact that God allows me to see beyond what I'm here now. And I think always having that vision and that passion to be in front of people, to be singing, to be ministering to people through music, and always seeing myself in a better place, I think that is another thing that keeps me going. So don't stop because of what you go through, what you see, or what you feel. Because just like a bruised hand, wrist, ankle, it's going to heal, it's going to feel better. So get over it, push through it, and see what God can do for you.
Awesome. I love it. Now I want to know a little bit more about your music. Now, you sing solo or do you sing with a group?
I've done both. As of right now, I'm pursuing a solo career.
Okay, good. So how often do you perform, and can you tell us some places that you've been able to perform?
Before coming out as a solo artist, I through my support system and people who've been around me, I've been able to sing behind some good people, like Kelly Price. I've sung behind her. Trying to think of some other people now, no one was to come to mind. But I've always been around music. I've had my own groups, 2 groups to be exact, I think. And just now I'm venturing out and doing it on my own. I've performed at various churches, various events, and just getting my name out there and trying to, do what's right by me and my vocals in the Lord.
Okay, sounds good. So, I hate to put you on the spot, but I mean, it's totally up to you, but I mean, could you give us a verse or a little sample of AC, what AC can do?
What can AC do? Okay. I surrender all. Oh, I surrender all thee, my blessed Savior. Oh, I surrender all.
All right. Wonderful. You definitely are talented.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What a better way to bring this episode to a close.
Yes.
That's great. Now, the last question that I have for you, Alfonso, and I appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing your personal brand of inspiration with us. What are 3 words that would describe you, Alfonso, the singer, the man of God, the creative person?
3 words. Vision, classic, and well, double-header would be wild card.
All right.
Vision, classic, and wild card.
Vision, classic, wild card. Like it. I like it. All right. So, Alfonso, I want to thank you for being part of Inspiration by Loretta family.
Thank you.
And we definitely, when you get your CD, but before we go, is there a website or a networking site where people can connect with you to learn more about you and what you do?
All that is coming very soon. I'm actually preparing to release my single in the upcoming weeks. So be on the lookout for that. You can reach me through Facebook, Alfonso AC Riley, Instagram, AC07 Riley, or just listen out for me because you're going to be hearing my voice pretty soon. Either one of those. All
right. So he's right here local in Charleston, South Carolina, and he's going to be doing the doggone thing. And you heard him first right here on the Inspiration by Loretta show. So we're so definitely happy to be able to share this experience with AC, and I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. So we look forward to more from Mr. Alfonso AC Riley, and it is my prayer that something shared here today has inspired you, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next time. Be blessed, everybody.
I lift my hands in total adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you, my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song, and I just want to say that I love you more than anything. Oh, I lift my hands in total adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you, my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song, and I just want to say that I love you more than anything. Oh, love me in your arms. You were my shelter from the storm. Oh, when all my friends were gone, Lord, you were right there all along. I've never known a love like this before. And I just want to say that I love you more than anything. My favorite part of the song just simply says that I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you that I love you more